Good morning. It is Thursday morning and it is May 3rd. Let's see. Hi, everybody. Let's go live. How are you doing? I am Susie from Start a Mom Blog, and it is Thursday and it's live day. And I'm going to silence this stuff. It is Thursday and it is Go Live Day, where I answer your questions that you have for me. So I am trying to be as personal as possible with the limited time that I have. So I'm here to answer questions that you guys have. I'm going to go from top down as the questions come in. I might have to glance at my phone because sometimes the computer doesn't update and there's some glitches. So I'm just going to go. I'm not distracted. I'm not texting other people. I am just trying to make sure I catch all the questions. And then I'll share my screen if it's applicable, if you guys have questions for me. Hi, Lawanda. How are you doing? And I'm just here to help. So this is the hour that I dedicate to my readers where I'm live. If questions don't come in quick enough, then we can go to last week's questions and I can start answering some of those. Hi, Tamika. Hi, Lorraine. Hi, Lawanda. Okay, how can I start a freebie? Okay, you can start a freebie by first creating it. First you have to know what you want to create a freebie about. So freebies are like quick wins, like a quick problem-solving solution to your readers' problems. So once you know what you want to create your freebie about, I use PicMonkey, Canva, or PowerPoint to actually create my freebies in. And then I connect them with ConvertKit and put them on my blog. So if you want to know my entire process of how I create these freebies, look at me. I have a post here. Printables. So I call them printables. Some people call them freebies. Some people call them opt-ins. They're just different ways to grow your email list. So here in this how to create printables to grow your email list blog post, I show you exactly how I created all these freebies. So here's a little glimpse of the freebies that I have on my blog. And then I go through a step-by-step video where you can see how I made them. So I'll drop the link in here. Okay, so the link is in the comments. All right. Okay, Emily Lawson says, good morning. How long did it take you to start making money? That all depends. For me, with my first lifestyle blog, it probably took me about 2 months, but it wasn't good money. It was like coffee money. I'm like, yes, I made a couple dollars with my blog. It wasn't like, oh, we're going to pay off the mortgage. It was like, I can go to Starbucks now and not feel guilty. So you can start as quickly as the first month if you dedicate a lot of time. It's not always like how... If you start your blog, then tomorrow you're going to make money. It's how much time are you going to put in. If you put in like 5 hours a day and you write amazing content and you're promoting it and you're growing your email list and you're doing all the things that blogging involves, then you can make money faster. So it just depends on how much time you can put in. For me to make good money with my blog took me about 8 months. Most bloggers take about a year before they start making really good money. So don't feel bad if it's taking you time. Blogging is much more passive. It's flexible. You can work when you want to. You can work when the baby's asleep. You can work early in the morning. You can work during nap times. You can work when you have a babysitter. But it's much more, if you need money now, then a real job would probably be better. But blogging is that long-term investment where you're putting in your time and energy now to make money later. All right. Lindsay Brune says, good morning. I have a little time to listen today, so go over your health and fitness routines. Oh, cool. Hi, Lindsay. All right. So health and fitness, very important. Don't want to get all fitnessy on you guys, but when I feel confident and I've slept well most of the time and I'm eating well and I'm exercising, then that shows in my work. If something is lacking in my health or family or relationships, then honestly, I really can't blog, and I try to stay away from the blog when I'm in a negative mood or I'm mopey. And then, like last night, just take an example, very, very recent. Last night, the whole day I've been working on the blog. There's just so many little things in my life that's going on. So like just little reminders for my daughter's preschool, and then we're having a family dinner tonight, and I need to reorder prescription medicine, all these little things. So it's nothing on the blog itself. It's just all these little things in life. So when I feel stressed or anxiety or so on, then I take the time to go relax. And we had a bottle of wine last night, and we watched Lost in Space on Netflix, which is a fun show. But yes, health and fitness. I know sometimes I feel like, okay, if I go and work out, that's an hour I could spend on the blog, or that's an hour I could spend with my family. But that hour that I spend working out and taking care of myself makes the rest of the other 23 hours in the day so much better. So if I didn't go work out, then I would be mopey. I would have a lower self-esteem. I wouldn't have this much energy. I wouldn't sleep this well. So investing in yourself, taking that hour for yourself to work out, to work on your health and fitness is very important. So what I do is previously I used to just, and John is going to giggle when I say this, I used to only eat carbs, like just cereal all the time because it was cheap in college. That's all I ate was cereal, and just run. So a lot of cardio and a lot of carbs. And through the years, John has been slowly forming my mentality on fitness and slowly telling me that, hey, you probably need some more protein in your diet. So I've been eating more protein and weightlifting as well. So now you can find me in the weight room where I'm actually picking up heavy weights, which is super empowering because my daughter is now 40 pounds and my other daughter is like 29, and then my baby boy is almost 19. So now picking them up, it's just easier. So actually being stronger helps me as a mom. It's not so much for aesthetics, it's for physically being stronger and being able to pick up weights, which then makes picking up my kids easier. So health and fitness, super important. Don't feel guilty that you're taking time away from your family or from your blog or from something else to focus on your health and fitness. It is going to pay massive dividends in the long term. So I can go more into like my routine that I do and who I follow. If you guys need some mommy health and fitness tips, I'm definitely not a professional, but Brooke from, and I'm going to share her website here. She's a great friend, and she has great tips on, especially on getting your tummy back, especially after birth, because a lot of us face diastasis recti, which I can't even say right, struggles of a fit mom. So Brooke is awesome, super fit, has 2 baby girls, and she has great tips on like how to get back in shape. Like look at that tummy, like goodness. Sorry, Brooke, I'm showing you off on my live. All right, cool. All right, hi John. No, my hubby's on. Okay, Elizabeth says, I stole your cup, sweetie. Sorry. It was cleanish. Okay, Elizabeth says, I'm relaunching my blog products everything mode. What would you suggest to gain excitement or attention to it? Relaunching? You can almost treat it like a regular product launch where you can do a lot of lives. I remember when I launched, what product was it? I don't know, one of my products where I did a live every day. So I went live every day and I talked about a topic regarding that product. Say for maybe it was ebook by number, and I talked about why ebooks are important. And then the next day I talked about like how to create ebooks, but at a high level. And then the week after I did 7 lives, then I launched it and I built up a lot of excitement. So don't be afraid to do these Facebook lives. They work really well. I mean, a couple years ago, it was impossible to do a Facebook Live and to broadcast to so many people so easily. So take advantage of the free tools that we have to be able to connect more with your audience. I know it's kind of scary to do Facebook Lives. I'm still scared to do them, but I just pretend I'm not. Okay, Lorraine says, what would be a good weekly Pinterest routine? How many pins to create? How often to pin? How many to schedule? So, my Pinterest routine is this, until Tailwind actually rolls out this new feature that they have, I can't update this post. So, the new feature that they have for Tailwind, I don't know if I asked them last week if I'm allowed to say it. There's a beta group that's going through looping for Tailwind. So Tailwind is enabling you to actually loop your pins like Board Booster. But they have some awesome features where they're going to show you which pins are doing the best, which boards are doing the best, when to loop, all those amazing analytics that they have, but they're going to apply that to looping. So I'm in their beta tester, so I'm testing it out. But if you're not in their beta testers yet, this is the semi-looping strategy that I use in Tailwind. So it's only called semi-looping because you do have to go in once a week and go reschedule all your posts. But once a week for about 20 minutes, you have to go spend some time in Tailwind and reset it up, and then that will loop for you for the week. So this is the strategy that I currently use. I pin about 20 posts a day. I try to pin new pins. I know Pinterest is liking new content, like any platform. The more new stuff they have, the better it is. Same thing with Facebook. Facebook wants you to be on Facebook. Pinterest wants you to be on Pinterest. So if you can create new pins for every post that you have, then that is advisable. So that's what I kind of did last week. I created a whole bunch of new pins for my favorite and like this one. This one's new. This one's new. This one's new. That one's a little new. That one's older. That one's old. So I created some new pins to feed new content into Pinterest. So where are we? Yeah, and every month or so I go in and I create new pins because I really like creating Pinterest images. It's one of my favorite things to do was like take the stock images and then put text over it. It's like scrapbooking or arts and crafts, but super clean because it's all on the computer and it's all digital. So I used to super love scrapbooking, but it's really expensive to buy all that paper and so on. So now I just do it online with Pinterest images. Okay, Dessa says, is there a video I should be able to see? Yes, you are commenting on it. I hope you can see me. Arsh says, should we create one Pinterest account for more than one blogs? I actually have two. I have two Pinterest accounts. I have one for Start a Mom Blog, my teaching blog, and then I have one for Mom Life, Happy Life. So I do have two Pinterest accounts because they're very different. One is more on blogging focus, one's more just mom advice and mom tips. So I do have two Pinterest accounts. That does require me to pay for two Tailwind accounts. So that's all right because it frees up a ton of time to have my pins be scheduled by Tailwind. So yes, if your blogs are completely different, very different from each other, I would suggest having multiple Pinterest accounts. Gail says, how often to repin old posts on Pinterest with Tailwind? Once a week, I would repin that post. If you have enough boards, you can almost pin that post every day, but just to a different board. So say, for example, you have 30 boards that you can pin that post to, then you can go pin that post every single day to a different board, and it won't loop back to the same board until the month after because you have 30 boards. So it depends on how many boards you have and how many times you want to pin it. So if you only have 3 boards, then pin it once a week because then the next week it can go back to that board. You also have to make sure that go into that board and look at the feed so you're not spamming it. If you see all your pins at the top, you might get kicked out of that board because you could be spamming it. So even if you're pinning once a week. Some boards do move that slow. Most boards move faster, so you can pin at least once a week and not be spamming. Okay, Tamika, were you making good money with just good content, or is it that when you started selling blogging products? It depends on what type of blog you're going after. My blog has low traffic compared to something like Huffington Post and something much more hot and like trendy. So for lower traffic blogs where you're focused on building an email list, then products do work really well. Ebooks and courses and maybe printables work really well. If your blog has more higher traffic, then you can make money through ads and affiliates. And that is the purpose for Mom Life, Happy Life, because it has shorter articles. It's more catchy. So things about like Himalayan salt lamps, that's a little bit more trendy topic. And so the plan is for this type of blog that has more content to make money through ads and affiliates, but not yet until it grows strong. For Start a Mom blog, if it's more a teaching blog with a smaller audience, then products and courses work really well. Yeah. Doo-doo-doo. And okay, so I'll give you an example of a high traffic. Oh gosh, I am not like showcasing my screen. Sorry. Here, Mom Life, Happy Life, high traffic, lots of content, trendy content, make money through affiliates and ads. Start a Mom blog, smaller traffic, more focused, more teaching style that makes money through courses and products. Then I'll show you an example of Productive and Pretty. This is Jen. So she's a corporate mama. She has 2 beautiful girls. She blogs about planners and being more productive. And she makes a full-time income with her blog. And it doesn't have any courses or products on it. You can see there's ads on it and affiliates. And that's how she makes her money. So it just depends on the strategy that you're going for. If you want to do high traffic, then ads and affiliates work really well. If you're low traffic and you want to really nurture that email list, then products and courses work really well. All right. Lawanda says, just getting traffic to my blog is hard. Yes, it is hard. I mean, I still constantly work on promoting my posts and working on different traffic strategies because one thing might work for a couple months and then you have to change and things like algorithms change, rules change. So you're constantly having to test new ideas. For the last couple of days, Facebook has been my #1 driver for traffic. And when I started blogging, Pinterest was my #1 traffic, and then SEO was. So now at least all 3 of them kind of are strong legs, Pinterest, SEO, and Facebook. But it varies day to day on where I do most of my promotion. So yes, you're not alone that getting traffic to your blog is hard. Samantha says, good morning. Good morning, Samantha. This is the first time I'm able to join your live session. Feeling much happy. Oh, thank you, sweetie. John says, talk about your awesome husband some. Just kidding. Have a great coffee date with your amazing audience. Thank you, sweetie. I have the most amazing husband. He is fantastic. Let me see if I can show you a picture of him. You've seen him before on here. There you go. There's John. There's my handsome hubby. Yes. It is helpful to have a wonderful, supportive husband who's always there for me. There. Was that good? Are you happy, sweetie? Stephanie says, I have a narrow niche, biblical homemaking, and I'm struggling with getting more than 100 views a day. If I were to ever monetize my blog, I feel that I need more views. Can I start monetizing now? I'm hooked up with Google AdSense and Amazon currently. Yes, you can start monetizing from day one. There you go. sorry, I'm like between the two. You can start monetizing from day one. It's just in Amazon's affiliate program, if you don't make a sale within, I believe, the first 90 days, then they might shut down the program for you. You can just reapply and get access again. But you could start monetizing from day one. That's fine. You're just going to have to really promote your stuff. So if you have a blog post, I would advise adding multiple Pinterest images to it, because you're going to spend, what the guru says, 20% of your time creating content and then 80% of your time promoting it. So to promote that amazing blog post that you wrote about biblical homemaking, create multiple pinned images, different types of pinned images, because you never know which one is really going to take off. I would advise creating a freebie for that post so that you can grow your email list with it. You can create a video, upload that to YouTube, and then have in the YouTube description link back to that blog post, and add and embed that video into your blog post. And then you can also create a freebie. Oh, no, not a freebie. An infographic. Sorry, I'm going through the list. Infographic for that blog post. You can pin that infographic to Pinterest to get more traffic. You can do a Facebook Live about the blog post and then embed that Facebook Live in your blog post. So your blog post, as you're promoting it, you're creating more content for it. And then you're taking that content and putting it in the blog post. So initially you just had a black and white text blog post, but as you're promoting it, now you can add an infographic to it. Now you can add the YouTube video, and then you can add the Facebook Live video. So you're making that one blog post much more robust, and adding more traffic sources to it. So in the beginning, I would focus on creating great content and growing your email list. And the way to do that is getting traffic to your blog so that you can grow your blog traffic and email list. It's a lot of things to do in the beginning. It's very overwhelming to start a blog. There's a lot that goes into it. You see these income reports and people doing amazing, successful things with their blog, and it's possible, but it does require a lot of time. So don't feel bad about yourself or feel down if you're not getting over 100 page views per day. If you're just starting out, Pinterest is a great place to focus on homemaking. So you can look, oh, cool, look at that. Christian homemaking is like #1 if you go to Pinterest and search on it. So make sure, okay, here's biblical homemaking. So that's probably a little later in the search, just a little smaller search volume for biblical homemaking. So Stephanie, when if you're typing your descriptions on Pinterest, make sure to put in Christian homemaking as well, okay? Because that might pick up some of this traffic from Pinterest, okay? Oh yeah, Arsh, you're ready. You're right. What are the things that need to be set up for a blog to be able to start making money? Seems like there are so many pieces to put together, and the word setting up a blog seems very vague. Yes, it is. There's like, you're setting up an online business with funnels, with email capture forms, with content, with affiliate links if you choose to go that route, with ads. There are a lot of things to actually setting up a blog. Starting a blog is easy, but then building it and setting it up does take time. So when you feel overwhelmed, just remember that you're setting up an entire online business. And that's what it is to be able to make money. You're starting a business. I can go through the list. Here we go. Let's see where's my first month. Here. This might help a little bit. So I have a freebie called the First Month Blog Plan, where I go through the first 31 days of what I do to set up my blog. So this would at least hit on the super high level things, the necessary things that you need to set up your blog correctly. This would be a great start. And if you've already started your blog, Arsh, and you already have it done, then you can use this as a checklist that, yes, I didn't miss anything. All right. And then you have the checklist, and then behind the checklist, every point is explained. Let me see if I can show it to you guys. So here's the checklist, and then you peanut you. It goes into every one and explains it. Hi. You just want to come say hi. You like this, don't ya? All right, so I'll drop the link here. There's a link to the first month blog plan. Ashley says, say hi. You want to see yourself big?
Hi.
What's this? Say
ABCD.
ABCD. He's so cute. Why do you smell like dog? Say thank you. Oh, now you are a puppy. Bye, puppy. You're so cute. I can't seem to narrow down my niche. That's okay. In the beginning, it's fine to have a nicheless blog, and to kind of blog about everything, and then from there narrow down. There are many nicheless, more high, like multiple topic blogs that do fantastic. So if you look at like Chasing Foxes, I'll use them as an example. They blog kind of about everything, and they make money through ads and affiliates. So if you can't find your niche yet, then it's okay to be nicheless for a while. So you can see here, 9 IKEA decor hacks that you can do on a budget. Anything IKEA gets a ton of traffic. So if you want to get traffic to your blog, and you have like home, this is really distracting. I need to get on like a different, there you go. Home decor, IKEA stuff really do well for traffic. You're back. Sweetie. Okay, one more time. Sandra says, a lot of strategies to grow traffic and mail lists includes reaching out to other bloggers in the niche. If my blog is super new and I'm almost no traffic, how do I decide who is a good option for me to reach out to? How big or small should that other blogger be so I know he or she will help me? Honestly, if you're just starting out, reach out to everybody. Like, even if they're big, even if they're small, you don't know if that small blogger in a couple months is going to grow and like get a viral pin and do super well. So if you're just starting, don't be discriminate on who you're asking to help you. If that person's smaller than you, that's okay. Like, you're helping each other, and then maybe they'll return the favor later on when they're bigger and they're like, oh yeah, I remember Sandra helped me in the beginning, and now I'm going to return the favor to her. So still now, I'm not too picky on who I work with or who I help. Like some of the bloggers where I like guest post for them, they're smaller, but that's, you never know. That person, like, it's that karma is going to come back, and or that the good vibes, the good energy, the blessings that you give other people are going to come back and help you too. So you never know. I recall one of my blogging friends, a long time ago, she helped a little website and she promoted some of their stuff because they were just starting out. And now, years later, the website that she helped out was the Penny Hoarder. And they're massive. They're huge. They make $40 million per year off this website. So she helped them when they were little, and now, like, once in a blue moon, they would share her stuff on their Facebook page, and she would get like a big jump in traffic. So don't be afraid to help out the little guys and the big guys. You never know what's going to happen with them. Hey, you like this, don't you? Up and down, up and down. Heather says, good morning. I'm starting a food blog, but would love to add back to basics baby food. Do you feel there's interest? Yes. Definitely. I'm actually now, I reached out to one of my friends and asked them if they have a baby bullet that I can borrow, because I'm making baby food for my little guy. He eats way more than my girls did. They didn't start eating like this until they were a year old, and he's eating like nonstop. So yes, baby food, I would be all over that. Definitely an interest, and especially, of course, moms are concerned about what their kids eat. Everything's full of preservatives and sugar and all that. So if you can help us make the right food for our babies, then back to basics. I like that. because it has some alliteration to it. Back to basics, baby food. That's cool. Lawanda says, even after 15 years. I mean, wait, lost my Brooke. I'm a little confused. But yes, go check out Brooke. Go check out her website. Let me just close the door. 1 second. Sorry, I need to remember to lock the door so that we don't have any sneaks come in. All right. Good morning. Love your courses. Can you speak to the importance of generating a lot of content before aggressively marketing? Or is it better to do it at the same time? If you guys don't know, I'm not from here. I'm from Africa. So I'll just use that always. If I have any problem with language, then it's because I'm not from here. When you just launch and you're starting your blog, I would advise having 3 to 5 strong pillar posts. And once you have those really strong pillar posts, then you can start promoting them as much as you can, and then maybe create 1 post a week. Start with a consistent schedule. If you can only do 1 post every 2 weeks, then do that consistently. And then if you have more time, you can do 1 post a week, but don't set this super high expectation of yourself. Like, I'm going to post every single day. And then one day you miss it, and then you just completely give up because now you miss that one day, and then the next day you miss, and then the next day you just don't feel good about it, and then you give up. So set realistic expectations for yourself, and then stick with that. All right? And you don't need like 50 posts and then launch your blog and then start promoting. 3 to 5 is fine, and then you can start promoting and then just consistently create more content as you're going on. Ashley says, is it silly to want to write about parenting and raising a child if I only have a 1.5-year-old? No, not at all. Like, you know some tips and tricks that other moms might not know. You are 1.5 years ahead of mommies that don't have a child yet or who are still pregnant with their first baby. So you're 1.5 years ahead of them. You're also very close to the action of a 1.5-year-old or a 1-year-old, let's just say that, where, say for example, a mommy that has kids that are 9, 10, and 11, she might have forgotten a little bit of what it was like to have a 1-year-old, where you can focus on, this is what you do for your 1-year-old, this is what you do for her 2-year-old birthday party. You're so close to the action, you can write well about it. Where the mommy that has the 9, 10, and 11-year-old, she can write about preteens and what to do in the preteen ages. So, no, you can still give advice. I mean, you are a mom, you are a parent, you can give that advice. You've been in this for 1.5 years. That's a long time to be a mom. Maureen says, I know nothing about Facebook Live, so you have to pay, or is it free? It is free. It is fantastic. It is completely free. Facebook is a huge platform, and they're allowing me to use their platform to go live and talk to you guys, where it's super easy. In 2 seconds, I can be on here asking and answering questions. It's a great way. Doing Facebook Lives is a great way to connect with your audience, to be more personal. That's what I'm trying to do in these Facebook Lives, so I'm just going to let you guys honestly know. I don't have time to answer the hundreds of emails I get every week, so I am dedicating this hour of my time to be here one-on-one with you guys and to answer your questions here. And a lot of times in my email responses, I'm just going to say, hey, I would love to answer this, but just come on Thursday morning. I'm live on my Facebook page. Come ask me there. Because a lot of the questions, I get the same thing. And if somebody is willing enough to email me, then, and they're willing enough to come sign on to the Facebook Live, then I know they're a serious reader and they're really interested in what I have to say. If they don't even come to the Facebook Live, then it's like, well, maybe they wouldn't even have appreciated my response anyway. Who's out there? So it's kind of almost a filter too. Like if you're serious about blogging, and if you really want to invest, and if you really like me, then you'll show up to the live and get to know me more. And then from here, you can decide, do you like me enough to go ahead and buy any of my products? If you don't, that's okay. Not everybody resonates with me or resonates with my Facebook Lives, but if they do, then at least they have a glimpse of who I am and what I'm like, and then they feel more confident investing in what I have to say. Okay. Sorry guys, it feels weird having just like a one-sided conversation where I'm the only one talking. Okay, Dami Lima says, "Hi Susie, I'd love to know about republishing a guest post. How much of its content would I copy and paste on my own blog, or how much can I allow a guest post blogger of mine to copy and paste on their blog?" I would like to have like an expert come in and talk about that, but my understanding is like no more than 10%. Don't copy and paste verbatim your guest post from what you're putting on somebody else's blog and then put that on your own blog. That's going to confuse Google because they won't know which post to rank because there's duplicate content on both blogs, and then that will hurt those blogs because neither of them is going to get the SEO juice. So if you are, if you do want to get traffic again, say for example, how would this work? You guest post on somebody else's blog, but you want to have like something of that on your own blog too. What you could do is, let me go here. I think this website does it. So the Sits Girls or the Sway, they used to have a place where you can go and share like blogging tips. What was it? Oh, maybe they don't have it anymore. But there was a place where you can go share your guest post, share your blog post. So you would go onto the Sway, you would type up a small little paragraph that outlines the post you want people to send to, and the Sway would then showcase that little paragraph and then link people back to your blog to go read the entire blog post. So you're not copying and pasting what you have on your blog and putting it on here. You're just putting a little bit of it to entice people to then go through to your blog. I would not copy and paste things from your blog and put it on a different blog and different blog. I would rewrite the content. Even if it's the same topic, I would rewrite it so that it's different. Okay. Okay, Maureen says, when you go live with your new blog, how do you join boards? Do they accept new people? Joining group boards. So I believe I have a post about this. All right, so here is the post. And your question is, how do you join group boards? They're all different. They all have different methods of joining them, which is kind of hard. So if we go into Christian homemaking, and we used to be able to like filter by boards up here. Man, Pinterest is always changing. Let's see. Let's go into Colleen's blog or her profile. So you can see, okay, mostly these are all her own boards. Okay, here's one. Okay, here's a group board. So you can see it has multiple contributors. So you go into that one. And a lot of times in the description down here, that group board will tell you how you can join. It's either by emailing the group board owner. Let's go see if I actually have an example here. Parenting tips and advice. All right, so a lot of group boards are no longer going to be accepting contributors, and that's fine. But otherwise, in this description, they'll tell you can email me, and then I'll add you to the group board, or you can follow me on social media, or you can send me a message on Facebook. They'll give some instructions here on how to join that group board. Make sure to follow the group board and follow the owner, the group board owner. So the first person here, make sure to go follow her. and then in her group board so that she can add you to the board itself. Lawanda says, after doing a freebie, how do you pick the winner? The one that gets the most signups, that would be the winner in my case. Or the one that has the highest conversion rate. So if you send the same amount of traffic to both freebies and freebie A is doing better, then obviously go with freebie A and promote that one more. Just depending on the conversion rate. Yeah, not signups, conversion rate. The one with the higher conversion rate, promote that one more. Yay, Dessa says she can see the video. Thank you. Okay, Dammy says, would it benefit or hurt us both if somebody copies a content in multiple platforms? What about changing, removing, altering sentences or paragraphs? Yes, make sure, Dammy, if you want to republish the same content, there's ways you can go into the HTML and make it like non-follow so Google doesn't follow it, but it's getting a little high level. So let's just, where is it? I send it to, it's a website that I use to actually check the similarities between two pieces of content. So let me see if I can find it for you real quick. What is it called? Okay, here. So this is the website that I used to test one of my pieces of content. So it's called Compared to Documents, copyleaks.com. So paste the one blog post in here and then the other one that you think is similar, paste it in here and make sure that they're not too similar. Like I would say under 10%, it's fine. And then you can use it on both platforms or both blogs. But if it's more than 10%, try to change enough things so that the text is not too similar. So that one should be 100%, right? I'll copy this link and put it in the comments. Okay, so this one that has 6 similar words, it's 100% identical. We probably don't want to do that, okay? So make sure your 2 variations is different enough. Okay. Okay, Denise says, I must be reading too much of your stuff. Last night I had a dream about you and John. Oh gosh. Thanks. I hope it was a good dream. I hope we all had coffee or something. Okay. Demi says, what do you think of list posts linking to other blogs? Do I need permission to do this or not? No. People love link to all the other different blogs. People love it. It's a compliment if you link to them. Here, I have an example here where I'm linking to all these amazing mom bloggers who have grown their blogs to super successful figures. So here you can see Christy, she makes about $6,000 per month with her home decor blog. So this links back to the Harper House, which is hers. So definitely when you're showcasing other people on your blog, it gives them a backlink and it gives them more traffic. And you're making them look good. So as long as you're not writing a bad review about them, then they would be very appreciative of a backlink and you making a list post. Because this pretty much is a list post of moms who have profitable blogs. Araba Joy, she makes a full-time income with her Christian blog. So for Stephanie, who was talking about Christian homemaking, Araba Joy would be amazing to follow. She does really well with her Christian blog. So you can see scripture tea tags printable. That's cool. She has ads on her blog too. So that's one of the ways that she makes money with her blog. So I'll drop a link to her blog here. Okay, Lorraine says, when you say repin a pin once a week, do you mean to your own board or to a group board? Either one, to your own board or to a group board. As long as you can probably pin more to your own boards because you don't mind if you spam your own boards. I don't think you can spam your own boards. They're your own boards. But once a week, you can repin it to a group board. And then just like it depends on how fast the feed moves in that board, in that group board. If it moves super fast and every day like 100 new pins is added to that group board, then it moves really quickly and you can add more to it. I locked the door. You can't come in now. I can hear them by the door. They're trying to sneak in here. Oh. So in Tailwind, it has great analytics where you can see, okay, so I have a couple of different accounts here in Tailwind. We'll go into Mom Life, Happy Life. In, where is it? Insights. If you go into Board Insights in Tailwind, you can see how many pins it had in the last 7 days. So in the last 7 days, this group board had over 1,000 pins. So that means 1,000 divided by 7, that's 142 pins a day, divided by 24, that's about 6 pins every hour. So if you pin once a day to this group board, you're not going to be spamming it. You can pin once a day to this Mommy Blogger Top Picks group board because there's 142 pins. So if you pin every day at 8 o'clock to this, 8 p.m. to this group board, by the time you pin in the next day, tomorrow, there's going to be 142 pins between your pin and your next pin. So it's not going to look like you're spamming it. But if you pin to, say for example, parenting in the last 7 days, gosh, this only had 1 pin, it's probably going to look like you're spamming it if you're pinning a bunch to it because it's a very smaller, much smaller group board. All right. Hope that helps. Okay. Dessa says, to start on SiteGround, do you have to pay the annual fee up front? So if I want the $5.95 plan, do I have to pay $71? Yes. Oh, you're trying to sneak it. I'm coming. What's up? What's food? Girls.
She does not listen. I told you not to go up there. This one is the one I went after. You know you're not supposed to be on there. Come on. Her mommy's on a phone call and she got
Soup. Okay, fine. It's fine. Okay. All right, so they were breaking down the door. Hey, let's see, where were we? Yes, you have to pay for the complete plan up front. That's how most hosting plans work, with paying for the entire the plan when you start. A lot of companies work that way, just to kind of cover their costs. And also, if you do cancel your hosting account, most of the time, if you ask nicely enough, they'll refund you the remaining portion. So if after 5 months you decide just blogging is not for you, then they could refund you the remaining. I would check with them before you sign up. But for $5 a month to start an online business is really an amazing opportunity. Like, if you guys even realize how lucky we are to live in this time where you can start an online business for $6 a month online. Most of what you have to do is you have to invest your time. You have to invest your time and your energy to make this work. And we're just super blessed to be able to do this, right? When I think back to when my mom was my age, she would actually create porcelain dolls in our garage. She had a kiln where she would create and paint porcelain dolls. Then she would go, and she wouldn't even know if people would buy them or not. Like, she would spend hours and hours creating these these dolls, and then once a month she would go to the state fair and go sell them there and sit in a little under a tent and go sell her porcelain dolls. So she would pay for all the materials, she would pay to drive there. So we're very lucky to be able to live in this time that we are right now. All right, so we have 8 minutes left. Okay, Sarah says, any tips for being a more efficient writer? It takes me hours to write and edit each post, and I know I should be spending more time creating images and promoting. To be a better writer. Yes, sweetie? I got one more question. Sweet, don't cut my shirt. You're a goof. Hi, Hansedoso. Oopsie. You're stuck. Hansedoso, my leafy. With anything, if you want to be more efficient at creating images, at writing blog posts, any of those things, have a checklist. Have a standard process that you're following every single time that makes it easier to do that process the next time. I'm very old school, so I just have like little checklists right on my desktop here and surrounded by Post-it notes. That helps cut the time in half when I'm creating the same thing. Like, you're always going to be creating and writing blog posts, so once you have it and you have a process that you like, make a checklist of everything you did and then follow that every single time. In Post by Number, I'm like, I think I have a post about this, of how to write a great blog post. In Post by Number, it's a super cheap mini course. It actually shows you how I create my blog post and it gives you a checklist. And where is it? Here, it's under courses and ebooks. It shows you how I create blog posts easily, and it also shows you how I do my keyword research. So nothing fancy. There you go. But like the reviews that I've gotten for Post by Number are fantastic. I had no idea this $9 mini course that I created would like do so well. We have almost 900 students in Post by Number. Ridiculous. It's amazing. So thank you guys. All right, last question before like the kids start bombarding me again. Thank you guys. Cool. Cindy says, do you have any specific software programs that you use to create forms, images that you post to the blog? Yes. So in this blog post, how to create printables to grow your email list, I'll show it here. I use Canva, PicMonkey, or PowerPoint to create my printables. So right in here, there's a video that shows you exactly how I create these printables that have grown my email list. So, and it has some instructions in here too. And then how to upload them to your blog. You can also use Google Slides. That's another free program that's online that you can use to make freebies. Google Slides is powerful. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, then ways to promote. This is a really good post. Man, I'm pretty proud of this post. Look at that. That's pretty fancy. You guys should check it out. Make your own awesome printables. I think we can do one more. Javonia says, I got a message from ConvertKit that says I need to use an account other than Gmail. I have my name at mydomainname.com. What else should I do? I don't know. Let me reach out to them. I use Gmail, and it's connected to from SiteGround, from my domain name. I put up Susie at Start a Mom blog, and that forwards to Gmail. So that's how I have those connected. I have a blog post here. This is how I search for my own things. just type it up in there. I'm like, I rank #1 for that search term. If it's that long tail keyword. This is how I set up my email, and it works. I'll reach out to ConvertKit and ask them like why they're not accepting Gmail, because I use Gmail. Maybe it's like if you're startamomblog@gmail.com, like you have to set up your domain name email. If you need to do that, this is how you do it. Yay, Hildur says she does the same thing. I blame all my language problems on English being my second language. Yes, I learned English when I was 8. So I blame all my mistakes on I'm from Africa. Even though I've been here a long time. Thank you, Heather. I'm glad to be here. Thanks, Kareen. Thank you, Cindy. Cindy says, how do you promote to get email subscribers? I have a small follow me in the bottom corner of my blog. Maybe I need to check out how to change that. I currently use WordPress. I started the blog 3-4 years ago, but I really hit it hard starting May 1st. Okay. How do you promote it to get email subscribers? Golly. Good question. In this post, I show you exactly how I grew my list from like 0 to 20,000. So when I launched my blog, I'll show you what opt-in I had when I just started, the ones that failed, that really didn't do well, the ones that did do well, like why did they do well, how every time I grow my email list, my income grows too. And then at the bottom of this long, meaty post, I actually give you examples of where to promote it. Hey, sweetie. Okay, here, how to grow your email list. So you can even do these Facebook Lives. To promote your email list, you can do YouTube videos. You can share different pins to a specific landing page for that opt-in. You can have a call to action at the bottom of all of your blog posts. You can write a guest post and direct people back to your landing page. So I'll drop the link to this, and then I'll show you one of my new ones, Mom Life, Happy Life ebook. Okay, so this ebook is compiled by all the amazing moms from Start a Mom Blog. They gave me their Mom Life hacks, so I put them together in an ebook that's called Mom Life Hacks. It's over 300 amazing hacks. So if you go to momlifehappylife.com/ebook, this is a landing page. A landing page, it's a very short, simple landing page, but it has one goal. There's no links to anything else. There's the only purpose of this landing page is to get somebody to sign up for this free ebook. All right, so the way I promote this is on Mom Life Happy Life itself. If you go into a blog post, it's actually on the blog post itself. It's a pop-up. I think it takes a while before it pops up. If I get to the bottom, it's going to pop up. There you go. There's the pop-up. That's one way I can grow it. It's embedded in the form at the bottom of the blog post. That's how I grow my email list too. And then I also share it on the Facebook page and on Pinterest. So there's multiple ways. The same way that you promote your blog post, you can promote your freebie as well. So you can see here, I am promoting the freebie on Facebook as well. There you go. All right, so that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoyed chatting with you. Sorry I didn't get through all the questions. If you show up quickly and early and you drop your question, then I'll answer them from the top down. I think I skipped over one, Arsh, because I see you're here. So I'll try to go back and answer that one for you. Again, thank you so much for joining me today. I am off to the gym to go work on my fitness. So I could either spend another hour here chatting with you guys or an hour running and lifting up weights. And to do that is very helpful because it improves all other areas of my life. So say thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, you're all snotty. And say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good day.